I'm gonna be deadass. This is the last thing I expected to be recording today. But what a pleasant surprise, am I right? So, if you are new here and you haven't seen the last video on this topic, there will be a link in the description below. Basically, there's been a lot of stuff going on with Mr. Exotic Wingo himself lately. It's very controversial stuff, and we're here to talk about it. Obviously, like I said, link in the description to the last video where I went through like a bunch of text messages and shit and my basically experience with him. So I'm not going to make this a super long video, but we're going to be running through some of the stuff that has been happening recently, and the video about exposing him kind of blew up a little bit lately, and I do appreciate all the support on that video. But I'm kind of glad a lot of people are realizing how this man actually is. But you know, I do appreciate everyone that did stop by. So one of the big things that he's been doing is trying to make people feel bad for him about having a bad PC and trying to get people to basically give him money, essentially, which is in on itself is kind of fucked up, because there's a lot of people out there that are working hard and that, you know, that actually have to work to get, you know, their stuff. And this man's literally just trying to ask for people to take care of it for him. The first thing I wanted to talk about was his actual PC. He keeps saying that he has a bad old PC, which he's had the same PC for quite a while, actually. You can tell that his PC is quote-unquote bad because of in his videos you can tell he plays on all low settings and everything, shitty resolution, all that stuff, even though he can cap his shit at 60 FPS and his stuff doesn't dip below that, which is kind of suspicious to me. Because if you had a really bad PC, you wouldn't be able to run, or actually you wouldn't be able to like run 60 FPS solid. So yeah, that's that. The thing that's very suspicious is that he's not telling anyone the specs of his PC. Now, this could be because he doesn't know his specs, but I mean, it's so easy to actually look at. Because I had one experience with him where we were talking about a green screen and everything, and you know, in order to use a green screen, you have to run chroma key in your OBS or editing software, whatever. And if you're doing it through OBS, that can kind of tank your PC a little bit while recording and everything. And he didn't know what any of that meant. But when I asked him what his specs were, he just sent me a picture of his PC. I'm just like, oh, okay, like, bro, come on. I didn't. That doesn't tell me anything. But now no one knows exactly what PC he has. But I saw in his 2021 gaming setup, he showed his PC right here. I remember him saying that that's a Lenovo PC, so I did some digging online, and I found that this right here is a Lenovo Idea Center. And this thing is a $600 PC, which isn't bad at all. So you can tell the disk tray, the Idea Center text below it, and right here, there's a little bit of text right there. You can't see it because the video quality is ass, but you can see that there's text right here. There's a disk tray, and this thing closes and opens to open up the USB ports. That's right here. So this system right here is using integrated Intel graphics, but that's easily upgradable, especially for cheap, when you can find cheap small graphics cards. But it is running an Intel Core i5 and 8 gigs of memory, which should be good enough to run Fortnite at decent frame rate. Because I remember I used to be able to run Fortnite on my old PC, which I had an old Dell Optiplex, and it had a i5 4460. No, not the Dell Optiplex. That's the whole other PC. No, my old PC was running a Core i5 4460 and a NVIDIA GT 730, which both are from like 2013, 2014-ish, so they're pretty old, and I was still able to run Fortnite pretty fine. And that was also back when you didn't have the low performance mode that Fortnite has now to get you better frame rate. I didn't have that, and I was still able to run it. And the thing is, he doesn't even necessarily need to run Fortnite itself, because it doesn't help that he's recording Fortnite while running it. That's why his game runs like shit. If he was playing Fortnite without recording through OBS, because I'm assuming he's using, ready, watch. We'll go right here. Right here on, you're going to see some, you know, inception here. What you're going to see is right now, I am using, right down here, display capture to capture my screen, right? I guarantee he's using that for his game, which will make the recording run like shit. If you wanted to get better frame rate in your actual game, you want to use game capture, and you want to capture that window of your game, which I guarantee he's not doing. So that's already an issue in on itself, and that's why everything's running like shit. But just recording in general on OBS will make your game run worse than it does, because I guarantee if he played without recording, it wouldn't run as bad. You would probably be able to up his settings a little bit, especially depending on what his OBS settings is, because if he's running a high bitrate for no reason, then that's really going to tank his PC and use up his processor, when Fortnite mainly relies on your CPU. But he doesn't even need to be using he doesn't even need to be running his game right off of itself. He can use GeForce Now, which is a streaming service where you can play pretty much any game. And Fortnite is free, so he doesn't need to pay anything. You can pay for it, but there is like a free version of this. You can run Fortnite at pretty much all high settings online on on Nvidia's like separate servers. So no matter what your specs are, you can pretty much, even on the shitty laptop that isn't even made for gaming, you can run that on pretty much any system and run good frame rates, and you can record with it, because that's what I used to do when I needed to, because it definitely let me run higher settings. Now I wanted to talk about him actually like begging for the PC and trying to get people to feel bad for him. On his Twitch, for example, he all of his stream titles include cheap Fortnite PC. Oh my god. It includes cheap Fortnite PC, Fortnite but with bad Fortnite settings. I don't know why you need to say Fortnite twice in the same title. Fortnite on worse settings, Fortnite with old PC, working for a Fortnite PC, all that stuff, you know, trying to get people to know, like, hey, I have a bad PC, please donate and give me one. And even on his recent videos, he's been doing a lot of stuff on like on just the topic of PCs, because if you go to his channel, you will see that his videos is asking strangers for in Fortnite for a new PC. Fortnite kid stole my PC. My Fortnite editor gave me a PC. First of all, no, he didn't. And I'm gonna go over that in a little bit. That's clickbait. You didn't get a PC from anyone. Your editor basically, editor, which the editor sounds like he's 12, basically said that he couldn't give you a PC, and you decided to fire him over it. We'll talk about that in a second. But it talks bad about my graphics, bad graphics versus good graphics, scam me for a PC and everything. Like, bro, come on, it's all staged, and he's just trying to get people to feel bad for him. When here's the thing, I'm not sure if any of you have realized, but he can afford a PC. He can, and I'll tell you why. He's trying to make people think that he's broke and everything. First of all, he made a song all about how he's rich, but we're not even going to talk about that. If you go to a Social Blade, right, you can look at his estimated monthly earnings and his estimated yearly earnings. Now, yes, these are estimations, but looking at how much money I make a decent amount of money on YouTube, and I don't even get a lot of views. He gets a lot more views daily. You can see he's literally getting thousands and thousands of views every day. He is making a few $100 minimum every month, which means he is getting paid every month, because the way YouTube does monetization is that you have to make a minimum of $100 before they actually send out a payment to you on the 21st of each month. Now, you know he's getting paid, and you know he's getting paid a few hundred. Literally, all he has to do is just keep making videos, wait a few months, and he'll have over $1,000 ready to get a new PC, but he won't, because he doesn't want to spend his own money on it. He wants people to donate and feel bad for him, and he's using it for publicity. So in reality, his ass can definitely afford a PC. Plus, it doesn't even help that he's been buying dumb shit on the side, like the green screen that he didn't need and that he doesn't even use. There's so many stuff that he's bought that he doesn't even need, that he could have been using to save towards a PC. But you know, he can buy it. There's nothing stopping him. He's making money on YouTube. He's making money on Twitch with donations, bits, and all that, and subs and all that stuff, because he's been getting quite a few subs lately, and subs are literally $5 a piece. So all this quote-unquote work that he's doing, he can afford it himself, but he's still on TikTok and on YouTube trying to make people feel bad that he has a shitty PC when he can buy one himself. Plus, let's not ignore that, obviously, yeah, his graphics sucks. You can see all the pixelation here, but I mean, he does render, or actually, let me go to 1080p. Yeah, it still doesn't even help. But here's the thing. We all know he has a PS4. He used to make videos on his PS4. I even remember when he told me that he bought a fucking capture card. I'm sure he still has that capture card. I'm sure nothing happened to it. There is nothing stopping him from going back to recording on PS4 and recording through that capture card, which doesn't put pressure on your system at all. As you can tell from his older videos, he does not need to be recording on his PC. So he doesn't even need to be complaining about this. His stuff works perfectly fine. He can be on his PS4, on his capture card, recording perfectly fine with no issues whatsoever. But he won't. You want to know why? Because he's trying to beg for more money. Plus, I've been getting a lot of comments about this video specifically, about how he fired his editor for not giving him a PC. First of all, I doubt that this is even his editor, but this video is staged, as you can watch right here. Let's just take a look at this.
He failed. You don't get it.
Bro, that's not fair. You know what? Yo, bro. Guess what, bro?
What?
I'm firing you as my editor. Nah, bro. You don't want to give me a PC? You're getting fired.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you. Don't worry. No, 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 no. I'm gonna.
Get out of here, bro. Get.
Yeah, that's stage. That's the most obvious fucking staged video ever. Almost all his videos are staged. But like, excuse me, why the fuck would you fire someone over not being able to give you a PC? The dude's literally, his editor sounded 12. Kind of sad that you need to hire a 12-year-old to edit your videos, don't you think, Exotic? Something I thought of. But still, that's clearly staged. His editor seems like he's roughly 12, 13, maybe 14 at most. So I doubt that he would even be able to fucking afford a damn PC. But yeah, so he also does this thing on TikTok where he tries to make people feel bad for him about having a shitty PC like he's been doing this whole time, but he uses like sad music and stuff and tries to bait people into following him on everything. He self-promotes so much, like way more than is needed. Like, I understand like in a YouTube video saying, oh, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel and everything, but you don't need to do that in every fucking TikTok you do. Just get a lower third animation like I have, like right here, for example, and you can just place those around, and if people will see it, and if people want to go and follow you on those platforms, then they will. You don't need to keep fucking trying to bait people into following you just because they feel bad for you. And of course, he's just a shitty human being in general. He says he is, but I doubt he's grateful for any of the shit that he's getting because of the way he's going about things, especially with all the conversations he's had with me. He wasn't even grateful for the one video that I edited for him. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of just an update video that I wanted to do. It's very shitty that he's doing what he's doing. Like, I mean, and the sad thing is he's growing too, and his audience is so young that they don't really, I'm not even sure if they've even seen my video, but they don't understand what he's doing wrong in this situation. And it's a very shitty situation. And I mean, obviously, I'm proud that he's doing this, obviously. Like, or not that he's doing all of this to make people feel bad, but I'm kind of glad that he's growing, because obviously when I see other creators on this platform, I want them to grow and I want them to succeed because they're out there doing the same thing that I'm doing. But this guy is going about it the complete wrong way, and he ain't even acknowledging any of this exposing stuff, because you know he's seeing the messages that you guys, or in the comments that you guys are leaving, because I'm seeing it too. That's how I found out about this whole thing. He's even harding comments talking about him being exposed, and he's acting dumb. He's replying to those comments saying, how did I get exposed? Like, my God, you know why. You've seen my previous video, and I'm sure you'll see this one too. Just stop what the fuck you're doing, grind like everyone else, and actually work for your shit. Stop being such a bitch about this. Obviously, I hate spreading hate, but to this guy, it's just, he's done way too much. Not even to me, but to his other old editors and to just everyone that's even tried to help him. He's an ungrateful little shit. That's all I gotta say about that. Still, I appreciate all the support I got on the previous video on this, link in the description below to that. So, I mean, I don't even have anything else to say about this situation. It's stupid. This man is so immature, and he's a lying little prick.